What is a caloric deficit? That is when you eat less than what you burn, and therefore you're in a caloric deficit, which means you're losing fat. This doesn't happen overnight. This takes weeks, if not even months, and you have to be consistent. So the reason why we start with a caloric deficit is because your insulin sensitivity increases. That means if we change it up, then if we then go from a caloric deficit into a caloric surplus, which we will be doing further down in our program for you to really build that muscle as well. But the reason why we go in caloric deficit first is, like I said, insulin sensitivity decreases, and then you're less likely to store fat or to put on weight when we increase your calories afterwards. So this is a really simple, not trick, but method. And it's important that you really know your calories and that you track. I know this sounds so boring and everyone hates doing that, and everyone thinks of, oh my God, I have to count every calorie and I have to only eat broccoli and rice, and everyone thinks of bodybuilders or crazy athletes. But if you don't know your calories, you can't achieve your goals. Because if you have no idea, well, how do you know what you're eating? And a lot of the times, especially depending on what we eat, we overeat. Every one of us, every single person on this planet actually eats too much because we have so much food available that we are so used to eating. And that's the problem. That's where bloating comes from, or just feeling not really well. Some skin conditions like acne and all of that can be a reason for that you just either not eating foods that your body can deal with, or that you just simply overeat. So I'm gonna really teach you on this topic because it is so important. You literally, if you want results, you can't get around it. And it doesn't have to be boring, because I have tracked for years and I know how it is. Now I don't anymore because I just know, I've got such a good idea of what foods have what portion sizes and all of that. So yeah, if you don't track, you're not gonna win. So that's why I've created the meal guides for you, just to give you an idea of what you can eat. I've given you all my recipes that I've created over the last few years that are amazing. We're not going to cut out anything. We're still going to eat the foods we love because that's what it should be. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. But for you to really start this, I need you to learn how to track your food, so that you know what they're made of, roughly what you're actually eating and why, and that you can also keep this result long term, which is what we want. I don't want you to get lean like that, because I could do that. I could just literally cut out any carbs from you, any sugar, have you down to, 1,300 calories, and bam, you're losing weight like that. But that's not the whole point. Because after that, you'll have it right back. So that's not my point, because you'll be starving so much that when you're out of this deficit and back into normal eating, that you're going to pack on the weight right back up, which is what happens all the time. That's why these diets usually don't work. So it's pretty simple. Follow the rules, know your macros, know your calories. We're going to calculate them together, book in for a call with me, and we're going to, have a look at your calories and your plan, your guide. We'll pick one that's right for you based on, maybe even allergies or any preferences. Yes, because I explain it like that. If you want to drive to Rome with your car, but you don't know where you are right now, well, how are you going to get there? You can't put it in Google Maps, so therefore you're not going to get there, right? It's literally that simple if you understand how this works. But like I said, you need to do it. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen if you're like, yeah, cool, today I don't feel like tracking. I don't feel like, following a plan. Obviously, they're there because they work. They're not just there for fun or to punish you or anything. They're there to work. And I've done my best to really give you as much space, as much freedom on this as possible, and to really make this fun. And like I said, you'll have amazing recipes, chocolate mousse, all of that stuff. Really cool things that you're gonna love because they are delicious. And, dieting or, changing your lifestyle, creating a healthy lifestyle does not have to be boring at all.